Good morning everyone. In today's class I am going to discuss about a short story. The name of the short story is Love Across the Salt Desert, and the short story is written by K.N. Darwala. 6th semester honors and 4th sem pass, both of you have the short story in your syllabus. So today's class is for both of you. Okay. The short story Love Across the Salt Desert is written by K.N. Darwala. K.N. Darwala is an Indian Parsi poet and short story writer in English language. He was born on 1937. He is also a former Indian police service officer, and he was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award in 1984 for his poetry collection The Keeper of the Dead. K.N. Darwala is one of India's foremost poets and writers, and his 10 volumes of poetry include Under Orion, The Keeper of the Dead, Landscapes, Night River, and The Mapmaker. His first novel, For Paper and Christ, was shortlisted for the Commonwealth Fiction Prize in 2010, and he was awarded the Padma Shri in 2014. His work has been translated into Spanish, Swedish, German, and Russian. Okay. So now we are going to know about the short story. Before starting the short story, the writer said that the writer here wrote, "The Rann of Kutch is vast, lonely desert, almost impossible to cross." The Rann of Kutch is a vast desert and it is almost impossible to cross. Yet some people do cross it for reasons of their own, but few people cross the border for their own reason. Najab Hussain also crossed the vast desert for a very special reason. Who is that Najab Hussain? Najab Hussain is the hero of this short story. And what is the special reason behind crossing the vast desert? We will get to know from the short story. Okay. Now I am going to read the summary of that short story. You people read the text at your home. I will send you in WhatsApp group. Okay. Love Across the Salt Desert is a love story based on the theme that true love transcends all barriers like religion, region, caste, color, and creed. K.N. Darwala's Love Across the Salt Desert is a love story based on the theme of true love. It depicts union between two lovers despite their hailing from two opposite sides of the international border between India and Pakistan, two hostile countries. The short story depicts the union between two lovers. One is from India and other is from Pakistan. There are many characters in the story, but Najab has got a central position. There are many characters in the story, but Najab is the central character, or Najab is in central position. This specific story is set in an Indian town at the borders of India and Pakistan in the salty desert of the Rann of the Kutch. And the story is set in an Indian town which is very near to Indian border. The village is completely dry and it has not rained there for 3 successive years. The village is completely dry. Why? Because for 3 years it has not rained there actually. Many villagers earn their livelihood by smuggling goods across the border, deceiving the BSF. Many people of that village earn their livelihood by smuggling and bringing back goods from Pakistan as exchange. They give something and they bring back something from Pakistanis. In the early part of the story, Najab is a very shy, introvert and reserved boy. In the early part of the story, we see that Najab is a boy who is very shy and reserved. Okay. He was known to have blushed at the mere mention of a girl. If his friends used to mention about a girl in front of him, he blushed then. He had dreamy eyes. None of his friends had ranked him among the braves. None of his friends ranked him as a brave boy. Even his father Aftab feared the boy would waste away all what he had, and also the father of Najab feared that his son will his son would waste all the properties he have because he is too shy and reserved. He considered him too shy to be able to charge money. What would he sell? Aftab considered Najab too shy. Najab is too shy actually, and Aftab feared that Najab will be unable to charge money for what he is selling or what he would sell. Okay, but all this prediction proved wrong in the later part of the story. Why and how? Najab turned to be courageous, brave and determined son after his first met with Fatima. When Najab met Fatima, his character changed little bit. When they meet each other, Fatima also got attracted towards him. When Najab and Fatima met each other, Fatima also got attracted to Najab. Okay, but she was engaged to someone in the village. Fatima's parents already fixed her marriage with someone else. That was the problem. The hero returns home with his father and then informs his mother of his love and that he will be going to bring home his bride. Najab went to Pakistan for business with his father, and there he met Fatima and he fall in love. And when he came back to home with his father, he informed his mother about Fatima. Okay, and he told her mother that he will go again in Pakistan and bring home his bride Fatima. He will marry Fatima. As those standard Indian movie mothers, she wants her son to be happy, but his concerned safety, and finally she courageously sends off her son with some food and jewels. We see that Indian movie mothers also always wants their son to be happy and bring the daughter-in-law at their home by marrying her. Same here, Najab's mother also wants her son to be happy, and she was concerned about his safety, but after all, finally she courageously sends off her son to Pakistan with some food and jewels. She gave him, Najab's mother gave him some food and jewels. Okay. When Najab saw her, when Najab saw Fatima, he started to love her. That's why Najab decided to cross the border in daylight by the help of Allah Rakha. Najab fall in love at first sight with Fatima, and for that he decided to cross the border in daylight with the help of Allah Rakha, which was his camel. Allah Rakha is Najab's camel. While none dared to do so, there is no one who dared to cross the border except Allah Rakha. He undertook a dangerous journey, crossed the border and met his love. Najab took a dangerous journey and crossed the border and met his love. He did not care for bullets and difficulties. Najab did not care for bullets and difficulties. He faced all the hardships he met during his trip with smiling face. Najab faced all difficulties with a smiling face. He was true, sincere and faithful in love. Najab was true, sincere and faithful. He had understood what love really means, and he felt his love and saw the image of Fatima in every object he touched, imagined and articulated. নাজাব যে জিনিসটাই দেখতো, টাচ করতো, সেটাতেই ফাতিমাকে দেখতে পেত. It was very hot while crossing the border. It was very hot while he was crossing the border, and the Ran of Kutch is always hot. He knew the track he had to take. Najab knew the track very well which he had to take. Okay, Najab crossed the international boundary number 1066. He crossed the boundary pillar number 1066. He knew the track he had to take, bisecting the two posts of Indus Ranger at Jagatrai and Vingor. But he strayed slightly, and from their watchtower the Rangers saw Najab's camel through their binoculars. But after crossing the international boundary, when he reached when he was there in Pakistan territory, then the Rangers saw Najab's camel through their binoculars, and they could not stand for an Indian slipping into their territory. The Pakistan armies could not stand for an Indian, and allowing him into their Pakistan territory with tendu leaf right under their noses without paying any bribe. পাকিস্তানি সৈন্যরা নাজাবকে ছাড়তে ইচ্ছুক না, যে তারা সামনে দিয়ে একজন ইন্ডিয়ান চলে যাবে অথচ কোনো ব্রাইব কোনো ঘুষ না দিয়ে, কোনো কিছু না দিয়ে এমনিতেই চলে যাবে, সেটা হতে পারে না, বা যেভাবেই হোক বাউন্ডারি ক্রস করবে সেটা মেনে নেওয়া যায় না। They chased him, firing a mile long distance. The Pakistani Rangers chased Najab, and they fired. The spent bullets were flopped. The bullets used by Pakistani Rangers were flopped in the sand behind Najab. They get flopped in the sand. It caused dust to rise. অনেক গোলাগুলি করার পর সেখানে ধুলো উঠতে লাগলো, ঠিক আছে। The dust rose between him and the Rangers, এবং ওই রেঞ্জার এবং নাজাবের মাঝখানে সেই ধুলোটা উঠতে লাগলো, এবং সেই কারণে রেঞ্জাররা কিন্তু আর নাজাবকে দেখতে পেল না। But he could escape successfully. He faced many problems and finally reached in front of Fatima's house. And finally he could escape successfully, and he faced many problems, but he reached Fatima's house. He stayed the night in the cattle shed. The night Najab reached Fatima's house, he spent the night in the cattle shed. মানে গোয়াল ঘরে রাত্র কাটালো। Early in the morning he showed the gold bracelet to Kali Shah and told him about purchasing cloves. পরদিন সকালে নাজাব তার মা তাকে যে জুয়েলারি দিয়েছিল সেই গোল্ড ব্রেসলেট সেটা কালী শাহকে দেখালো এবং তার সাথে বিজনেসের আলাপ আলোচনা করতে লাগলো। ফাতিমা said him about মেহফুজ আলী। ফাতিমা said Najab about Mehfuz Ali. And who is Mehfuz Ali? Mehfuz Ali is a man with whom Fatima's mother, relatives and father, everyone wanted to marry her with him. ফাতিমার মা বাবা এবং রিলেটিভ সবাইরা চেয়েছিল যে মেহফুজ আলীর সাথে যেন ফাতিমা বিয়ে করে। হি ওয়াজ এ স্টেমারার। হু? মেহফুজ আলী ওয়াজ এ স্টেমারার। সে ছিল তোতলা। অ্যান্ড ফাতিমা ডিড নট লাইক হিম। ফাতিমা মেহফুজ আলীকে একেবারেই পছন্দ করতো না। এট নাইট নাজাব eloped with his beloved Fatima and crossed the international border. At night, Najab and Fatima eloped and they crossed the border. তারা পালিয়ে গেল এবং ইন্টারন্যাশনাল বর্ডারটা ক্রস করলো। ক্রস করে আবার ইন্ডিয়াতে চলে আসছে। ইন ক্রসিং দ্য বর্ডার হিজ ক্যামেল আল্লাহ রাখা হেল্পড হিম। আবার সেই বর্ডার ক্রস করার সময় কে সাহায্য করলো? তার উট আল্লাহ রাখা। although she was leaving her village she was happy because she was with her love and she did not want to marry with মেহফুজ আলী। প্রত্যেকটা মেয়ে বিয়ের পর বাবার বাড়ি ছাড়ার সময় সে মানে মন খারাপ থাকে তার। although she was leaving her village she was happy, কিন্তু এখানে ফাতিমা তার ভিলেজটা গ্রামটা ছেড়ে যাচ্ছে তবুও সে হ্যাপি। কেন? বিকজ she was with her love, সে তার ভালোবাসার সাথে আছে। and she did not want to marry with মেহফুজ আলী, এবং যার সাথে তার বাবা মা তার বিয়ে ঠিক করেছিল তার সাথে বিয়ে করতে হচ্ছে না, সেই জন্য ফাতিমা এখানে খুব হ্যাপি। দে রিচড খাবদা। খাবদা কি? খাবদা ভিলেজ। কার ভিলেজ? নাজাবের। দে রিচড খাবদা ক্যারিং দ্য ব্লিসফুল লাভ এমং দ্য রেইন ড্রপস that came down after 3 years of drought to quench the thirst of the land. যেই মাত্র ফাতিমা নাজাবের সাথে খাবদাতে পা রাখলো তারপরই সেখানে বৃষ্টি এলো, মানে ফাতিমা বৃষ্টি নিয়ে এলো প্রায় 3 বছর খরা দেওয়ার পর। এবং thus the success of love across the salt desert was proven by Najab and Fatima. এইভাবে সেই সল্ট ডেজার্ট অফ কচ্ছের রেন পেরিয়ে তাদের ভালোবাসা একটা সফলতার রূপ নিল। দ্য ভিলেজ পিপল অ্যাড্রেসড দ্য গার্ল এজ দ্য সেভিয়ার। দ্য ভিলেজ পিপল অফ খাবদা addressed Fatima as the savior. গ্রামের লোকেরা ফাতিমাকে তাদের রক্ষাকারী হিসেবে সম্বোধন করতে লাগলো। এইভাবে যে কচ্ছের মরুভূমিটা এতই বিশাল এবং একাকী, যেটা ক্রস করা একেবারেই সম্ভব না, যেটা পার হয়ে যাওয়া সম্ভবই না, তবু কিছু কিছু মানুষ পার করে, তার মধ্যে নাজাব একজন, এবং সে তার ভালোবাসার জন্য সেই সেই মরুভূমিটা পের হয়ে গেল এবং ফাতিমাকে নিয়ে বাড়িতে এলো। গল্পের শুরুতে আমরা দেখছিলাম নাজাবের ক্যারেক্টার কেমন ছিল, খুব লাজুক এবং রিজার্ভড ছিল সে, কিন্তু ফাতিমার সাথে দেখা হওয়ার পর কিন্তু তার পুরোপুরি চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেল তার ক্যারেক্টার কিছুটা। তো এই গল্প থেকে যে ধরনের প্রশ্নগুলো আসতে পারে সেগুলো এরকম যে ক্রিটিক্যালি অ্যাসেস সাম অফ দ্য ফিচার্স অফ নাজাবস ক্যারেক্টার, or critically assess some of the features of Fatima's character. তাছাড়াও এমন আসতে পারে যে analyze the major themes in the short story Love Across the Salt Desert. তো তোমরা যদি টেক্সটটা ঘরে পড়ে নাও তাহলে আশা করি যে কোনো প্রশ্নের উত্তর দিতে পারবে। তাছাড়া এমন প্রশ্ন আসতে পারে হু ইজ আল্লাহ রাখা, অ্যান্ড হু ইজ আফতাব, এরকম ছোট ছোট প্রশ্ন আসবে। সো for today's class this was all, and I will give you the main text of the short story in WhatsApp group. Read it at your home. Okay, so stay home and stay safe.